caramel apples are the bomb. Also, Rumi, thank you so much for that resubscription. You are, what do I say? VIP, the most valuable player. Is that what it is? VIP means like, I don't know. What does VIP even stand for? Whatever the case, Rumi is the greatest. Greatest. The greatest. Is that really what it is? Very important person? Oh. See, okay, there's GOAT, there's MVP, and then there's VIP. So Rumi is the VIP, the very important person. You guys are all VIPs. You're all VIPs to me. GOAT is also, or you know what? Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm going to write this down. I've never tried banana slices with peanut butter on them. I feel like it would be good though, but we never get bananas because Auden will beg for bananas and then she'll be like, I want bananas. And then we'll get them and bring them home and she'll never eat them. And I don't like love bananas, but maybe I would. GOAT, MVP, VIP. Okay, wait. MVP, VIP, GOAT. So if you write it down, you can call somebody the MVP, VIP, GOAT. Yeah, thanks, Rumi. You're the MVP, VIP, GOAT. VIP, MVP, VIMVP, Okay, MVP, VIP, GOAT. You are the most valuable player, very important person, greatest of all time. I'm gonna keep that on a sticky note in front of my desk so I know how to say that. MVP, VIP, GOAT. Because I feel like I've wanted to call people that MVPs or VIPs or whatever, and I can't remember I can't remember what it is. But yeah, MVP, VIP, GOAT. We're only gonna do acronyms today. What is up, you guys? It is so cold here. We woke up with snow on our trampoline, just a little bit, but we did wake up with some snow on our trampoline. We got an email last night saying school was closed. So there's that. We kind of anticipated it. I was supposed to have a meeting this morning with my young women's presidency with my group, my adult group. And we had to cancel it or we had to just reschedule it because all our kids were suddenly home. So we've gotten some things done, but it's hard to get things done when you're in a nice, warm, cozy house and you've got a cozy fire burning and it's cold outside. It's kind of hard. But I did play some Horizon Zero Dawn, I want to say Forbidden West. I was kind of checking back and forth with Control Freak because I really wanted to go and watch how he kind of went through the beginning of Horizon Forbidden West yesterday. He streamed for 10 hours. He was never not live. He was live when I went to bed. I was like, Christopher, you need to go to bed. Anyway, I'm playing Zero Dawn and I am almost at the end of the main storyline, which is probably for the better because yes, baby. Then go ask your sister. Her sister is in the kitchen. But it has to be me. Ugh. Anyway, so I'm getting close to the end of the main storyline. I just climbed the bitter climb and I'm basically at like where you find out the final answers. But I've done most of the Frozen Wilds, but I have held off on the final mission of the Frozen Wilds because it is hard. And I'm trying to decide if I want to try and go for it or if I should just turn the difficulty down. Because I've done it 2 times with the difficulty on normal and it kicked my butt both times. I would say that quest was harder for me than the end of the game. It was so hard. Ugh. And it's one of those quests that's like there's no stopping in the middle of it. Like you start it and then it's like the end of the game. You start it and then you have to go through the whole thing. There are no save points. There's none of that. You have to go through like the whole thing. Why ask sis for anything when you can go straight to the VIP MVP goat? It's true. I know. She can hear me talking. And look at this. Look at us. We've got Hayes. We've got Mac. We've got Wolf. We've got Lindsay. We've got Chiron. We've got Scarecrow. We've got Rumi. We've got, I missed somebody else. Who was it? I saw Rumi. And then there's DJ. And there's Cleveland. How's it going, Cleveland? It's a good day, but it's a cold day. It's very cold. Although, you know what? I feel like today isn't as cold as it was yesterday. But let me tell you, I had to go to Walmart last night and grab some things. It was so cold. And then when I got inside the house or got inside Walmart, I realized I'd left my phone in the car. So I had to go back out into the cold, grab my phone because I had my Switch or my, oh my gosh, because I can't focus. Oh my gosh. It is so cold. Does Anders' work slow down with snow or are there diehards? So Ander does not have a problem taking people fishing. Unless the only two things that, hey, it's Choppa. Have you guys had your baby yet? Is she here? Is she here? Ruling your lives? Changing your other tiny one's life forever. It's such a big adjustment. It's a really big adjustment. It's totally worth it, but it's a big adjustment. No baby yet. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So Ander has a 72-hour cancellation policy for any reason. It doesn't matter what the reason is. You can say, you know what? I don't really want to go fishing anymore. Fine. He'll give you your deposit back, whatever. Not a big deal. The only times he will cancel a trip within that 72 hours, because weather changes so much, is if there is ice on the roads, if there is lightning, so like a thunderstorm that's happening, or thunderstorms that are happening, because obviously you can't fish in a thunderstorm. I mean, you can, but it's stupid. And really, really, really high winds. So those are the three exceptions he makes, that he will make the call the night before, or sometimes even like the early of the morning. Very rarely is there actually ice on the lake. It's usually ice on the roads getting there because you have to go on a lot of overpasses, and because the overpasses are skinny and the wind is blowing between the overpass and up over the top of it, it freezes over. And he almost got run off the road in a situation like that while he was towing his boat. And he was like, I will never chance icy roads ever again. Or I think he was in the car with someone else that decided to chance icy roads. And he was like, nope, never again. So those are the only three exceptions he makes that he kind of makes the call for within that 72 hours. But the thing is, you never really know what the weather's going to be like until pretty much the night before, because Texas is weird and our weather is bipolar. And so when guys see snow in the forecast or like freezing rain in the forecast a week in advance, they'll call him and be like, hey, what are you thinking about this weather? And Anders like, dude, we got 7 days until that's supposed to be here. I'm not going to make that call until about 72 hours before the trip. If you want to cancel it, that's fine. But I'm telling you, it'll probably change. And most of the time it does. But does Anders slow down? Yes. He slows down a lot when the weather cools down. There are definitely diehards. Actually, just yesterday, he posted a video of his like cold gear, winter gear setup. And he has like all these layers. And then he has this thing called, hey, it's Trekkie. How's it going, Trekkie? Is the stream lagging for anybody else? Oh gosh, I hope not. He has this whole winter setup that he wears, and he's got like astronaut socks or something crazy, and he's got like these thermal leggings, and he's got all this stuff. He's rarely cold out on the lake, but he has to wear like 7 layers, and one of the very last layer is something called a 100-mile-an-hour suit, and it is specifically made for these boats that are going like 60 to 70 miles an hour down a freezing cold lake, because that's how fast his bass boat goes, about 60 to 70, and he is not cold when he goes out fishing. And in his email, in his like confirmation email, it's Chain reminding us it's a Tuesday. And it's Deadwods. You merely adopted the cold. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the warmth until I was already a man. Yeah, well, you want a medal? Hey, and It's mad. Were you guys in Control Freak stream yesterday? He streamed for 10 hours. I kept going back because I wanted to watch the beginning of his VOD. I wanted to see how he reacted to like the big main machine fight at the beginning. And I was like, you're still live? I checked back 4 times and he was still live. Absolutely insane. It was so funny. Hey, and it's VT. Dude, yeah, I literally was like, okay, well, good night. I guess I'll check in on you tomorrow morning. And sure enough, I checked this morning and he'd signed off pretty soon after I said good night. But Ander, he does slow down a lot just because most people just don't really want to, they just don't really want to fish when it's cold. And that's totally fine. That's how it's been ever since he started his business. It's just a slow time. And it kind of sucks that his slow time comes around Christmas because that means Christmas can sometimes be a little dicey to kind of figure out. But then comes springtime, after all the cold has kind of like dissipated and things start warming up, that is when I never see my husband. He's out fishing all the time. And then when daylight saving ends or whatever, however it happens, and the days get longer. I mean, he's working from 4 a.m. until 11 o'clock at night during those really long stretches of like the summer. But yeah, like spring break, we don't go anywhere during spring break because my husband is working constantly. He's out on the lake all the time, which is great because that's our busy season. And even in the summertime, even when it's really hot, he's still pretty busy. But when it gets cold, and then obviously when the roads ice over, there's nothing for it. It just is what it is. That's what makes you the MVP VIP goat. Yeah, we decided we're just going to combine all those acronyms. And just everybody's just going to be, when you do something really cool, it's just going to be, you're the MVP VIP goat. I wrote it down so I can remember. Yeah, no ice on the lakes, really. It's mostly just on the roads, and we don't mess around with that kind of stuff. And we're in Texas, so the infrastructure doesn't help with it. Like the infrastructure isn't made for it, and our roads aren't made for it. So when it ices over, nobody has any choice but to just sit and wait for it to warm up. So it's, Chiron says, my wife doesn't trust the weather forecasters because they like to embellish words like snowpocalypse. Yeah, I mean, it's true. We watched the weather and it said it wasn't going to snow last night. And then all of a sudden, when we went to bed at about 10:30, I checked the weather and it was like snow flurries until, I don't know. And we got that email from the school district saying, we've decided in an abundance of caution. And I remember thinking, y'all are going to be you're going to be thinking to yourselves, that was so stupid, come tomorrow morning. And now we've got snow on everybody's roofs. So there you go. Dadbots isn't in Minnesota. He is in Michigan, I think so. Yeah, I think I mean, hard to move around with all that gear on. It's not so much, I wouldn't necessarily call it gear. It's layers, but it's not, but yeah, you're probably right. He wears like big boots and stuff. So yeah, it does make things, I don't think fishing is fun in that, but he just made a video yesterday where he like stood in our entryway and then would like wear one layer and then he'd go put on another layer and stand in the entryway again. So his videos chopped together like 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer, 4 layer, 5 layer. Because apparently a bunch of people were just like, what do you wear, while it's freezing cold outside? So I actually asked Control Freak last night. I was like, I cannot believe you're still streaming. Is this a 24-hour stream? And he goes, no, I'm just hooked. So I think he really loves the game. And it's interesting watching Horizon Forbidden West while I'm currently playing Zero Dawn, because it had been such a long time since I'd played the two that I'd kind of forgotten and they'd kind of molded together in my head. And so they didn't seem very different. They're very different. The whole, like, your whole focus, like the way the focus looks when you scan machines and when you scan your surroundings and everything, it got a total overhaul and it's much better in my opinion. But I had just kind of forgotten. I've played Forbidden West before, but I just had forgotten. It's been so long since I played it. Now that I'm like, eyeball deep in Zero Dawn, I just forgot how different the interface, that's what I'm looking for. The focus interface is, but it's better for sure. It's absolutely better. Wet heat is wet heat. Oh, you only adopted the wet heat and the mosquitoes. I was born in that. Oh, mosquitoes. I'm telling you. Dad Pods is like, I love the cold and it's too cold for me. Ooh, well, you know what? heat just sucks altogether. Like heat just really, really sucks. And I just do not appreciate the heat at all. And I feel like the longer we live in Texas, the longer the summers get. I feel like when we first moved here, the summers were pretty manageable. And then they just kept growing by week by week by week by week by week. And now I feel like it's an extra 2 months longer than it was when we first moved here. School's called off today, probably tomorrow as well. Yeah, Michigan. Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. I've seen pictures of what winter can look like in Michigan because my grandparents used to live there. And yeah, Andrew and I don't want to stay in Texas forever. This is not our forever home, but we can't move right now because this is where Andrew's business is located. And this is where he has built a business. Texas Parks and Wildlife has done a really good job marketing their fishing. Probably the best job out of anywhere in the country, maybe except California, because there's good bass fishing out in California, but we obviously can't live out in California. And even if we could afford it, I don't know if we would live in California just for the just on the principle of it. And it's kind of a scary place to be, if you ask me. But we can't move until he figures out a way to, I don't know. He's got to, we don't know. Cause I've asked him like, what is on the horizon? Because you can't guide forever. You can't be out on a boat in like your 70s, taking people around and teaching them how to fish. I mean, I know you'll want to, but like you physically won't be able to. So what is on the horizon? And the truth is we don't know. We really don't know because he's got a business that he can't sell. So I'm not really sure. I don't know if and he doesn't want to go back to working just a 9 to 5. You know, he worked at a bank for years and it wasn't that it was bad, but he was like, I don't want to miss my kids growing up. It was right after Charlotte was born that he was like, I don't want to miss her first steps. And I don't want to miss all these things. You know, I don't want to miss my kids' lives. I want to be here for that. And I want to be able to experience my children growing up. And I would never have the guts to start a business, but Andrew did. His dad is like CFO of some big business and has a lot of business sense. And he's not super close to his dad, but he did learn some things from him. And so he's been a successful business owner, but I don't know. I don't know what's on the horizon. I know I'll just have to make like Twitch partner and then we can just move wherever. To be totally honest, I don't even know what my goal is as far as streaming goes. I just want to have fun and just be with cool people. That's really the main thing for me. Mud says Arts canceled Sunday for Tuesday and Wednesday, and Monday was MLK, so they'll be off until Thursday. So it's like, what's the point? They might as well. Trekkie says, my brother serving his mission in upstate New York got introduced to lake effect snow this winter. Has he ever experienced snow for wintertime? Ooh, New York gets really cold. Really, really cold. And see, there's really good bass fishing. Actually, if I remember right, I think there is some really great bass fishing around New York. But there's also like Alabama. There's also Arkansas. You know, there are definitely great fishing places. The problem is we've been in Texas for so long. And the other problem is Andrew was able to build his business before we had kids. He was online in the fishing forums, doing YouTube stuff long before we ever had our girls, where I was just kind of working at salons. And so he was able to build his brand and build his name up in like the fishing communities in Texas, like in Austin, Texas, for a long time before he ever decided to actually become a fishing guide. People were asking him to take them on fishing guides. I'll pay you, before he ever actually started his business. For me, somebody who's trying to build a brand as well, I have kids. So I'm limited on the amount of time I can do YouTube videos or live stream. You know, I was thinking of Control Freak yesterday. I was like, where's your wife? Where are your kids? Maybe they're out of town. I don't know. Or that's his job. You know, he works for Control Freak. He's the social media person. But I was thinking I could never just stream for 10 hours if I wanted to. I would never be able to do that. I have a very set, I have a very, very set schedule that I can do things in. And just last night, Andrew and I were discussing ways I could, you know, topics and things for my YouTube channel, because I was looking at my analytics and my top viewed videos, even now, are all Tears of the Kingdom. It's all Zelda. Everything is Zelda. The top like 10 videos in the last 28 months, all Tears of the Kingdom, which is wild to me because Tears of the Kingdom was released how many years ago at this point? Almost 2. So it's, or maybe not 2. I can't remember, but you know, this is something I constantly struggle with. Well, I don't really feel like I have a niche. Everybody plays games. There are tons of gamers on YouTube. So like, you know, how do I have anything that makes things stand out? And all these things we were talking about and discussing and topics and things, those are all awesome. But if you don't have the time or make the time to do them, there's no, you know, I have to prioritize them. Could I stay up until 2 a.m. recording YouTube videos? Yes. But then then I'm a terrible mom the next day, you know? Well, excuse me, princess. What's interesting is we looked at the analytics and it is Zelda and Metroid that are my top videos, which is bizarre to me, but maybe that's because we've got a new Metroid coming out. I don't know, but I'm like, okay, well, there's lots of content as far as Zelda goes, but how do I incorporate that into my Twitch streams? Because I don't want to just stream Zelda, because as much as I love Zelda, there are also a whole host of other games I really want to play. So I don't know. It's interesting. Growth is so interesting. I'm not really sure. And it's different for everyone. I mean, you can sit and say, oh, well, you should do this, 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 and this. Or you can log into Chat GPT like I did and be like, how do I leverage a YouTube video? Or how do I leverage my Twitch channel or how do I leverage YouTube to help grow my Twitch channel, right? And I got this whole article that Chat GPT wrote. Perfect. Most of the things I kind of already knew. My problem is I don't want to sit down and record the videos, and I push it off and push it off and push it off. And then I go, oh, I should have recorded that video. I really should be uploading a video a week. But then I tell myself, well, I'm busy and I'm a mom and I don't have it, but I do have time. But instead I want to sit on the couch and play Horizon Zero Dawn. I could be utilizing that time to like make videos, but I'm not. That's why I need to finish that game. Also, it's Cage. Yeah. Step 3, magic and luck. Best of luck to you. Because that's really kind of what it feels like. It's like, it's different. The growth is different for everybody. And it's funny you say that, Hayes, because Katie and I were just talking about this. We were just talking about like the possibility, Andrew and I were discussing this last night too, doing like I used to do with multiple games, you know, maybe I only stream 4 days a week. So doing like Monday, Tuesday, doing a game I want to play that's from my backlog, and then Wednesday, Friday doing like a Zelda game. I should play all the Zelda games. I've never played the first one. I don't remember Minish Cap. I don't really remember Wind Waker, like at all. I was listening to the soundtrack the other day and I was like, I don't even know what any of this is from. What is this? Okay, I don't remember. The only thing I remember is the sound when you're floating around on the ocean, when you're like sailing around on the ocean, and then Dragon Roo style. I remember those songs. Oh, and I remember the island, like you're on set or inset island or whatever it is. So there are lots of Zelda games that I would love to play again, or that I haven't played, or that I have played and I don't remember them or whatever. And, I love, oh, it's Outset. Okay. I knew it was something like that. And so I've considered that, but then I think that would take forever for me to make it through 2 games, only playing them 2 days at a time for 2.5 hours. That would take so long. That would take us forever to make it through games. Ugh. Do I have thoughts about the Switch 2? I'm going to get one. There are my thoughts. Also, and I got the date wrong. I thought it was February. Well, I originally thought it was April the 2nd, 2025. But then they switched it around and then they said 2/4/2025. And I was like, wait, what? So it's coming in February? I was really, really confused. Bye, Hayes. Thanks for being here. I know I haven't started my game yet, although I do love Cocoon. Cocoon is great. It's scratching that puzzle itch that I love so much. I'm totally getting one because I need a new game. I need a new Nintendo console anyway. If it wasn't being released, I would probably get an OLED because mine is just getting old. You know, it's 7 years old. The battery life doesn't last as long. My sister got an OLED and it's pretty nice. Like, I just feel like I could use a new console. I might as well. But since they just announced it, I'm like, well, okay, I'll get that one. I almost got an OLED back when they announced the Zelda, like the Tears of the Kingdom OLED. But then I was like, no, you've held out for this long. chances are they're going to release a new one. So you might as well just wait. And I'm glad I did. So no. That's not the release. That's only the direct. It's not the release. I know that. That's when like they're going to talk about all the hardware. And people are kind of divided on whether or not they're going to have a software direct in February like they normally do, announcing new games. Chain brought it up in the Discord today. I hope we get a Metroid date. That would be awesome. So going back to like the YouTube thing, apparently Zelda and Metroid are the two like most viewed videos out of my entire YouTube channel. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I love Zelda and I love Metroid. So do I just play those? Or do I live stream what I want? And then at night, instead of playing Horizon Zero Dawn, well, I'm almost done with it. Do I sit in my office and record myself playing Zelda or whatever? I don't know. I really just don't know. Yeah, Katie got the she got the OLED, the Tears of the Kingdom OLED, and it's nice. It's really nice. A guy I know and myself have talked about going into the aftermarket auto parts business after school, but neither of us know business. I'm an engineering student and he's studying project management or something. Yeah, it's hard because, hey, it's Paladrune. Howdy. Hey, howdy. What? It's hard. Business is not like, it's not for everybody. I totally get that. And I feel I'm happy for Andrew that he's able to do it because it does offers a lot of freedom. But then during slow times, it does offer some stress because we're like, oh, we've got Christmas coming and we're really slow. And oh, see, here we have another MVP VIP goat, Paladrune. Paladrune is our MVP VIP goat for his resub. That's me. I'm making that happen. It's not actually my microphone. I'm being quiet and then getting louder. I mean, we all love Zelda. It's true. But like, I have so many games that I'd really love to play. And yes, Zelda's in there, but like, I don't only want to play Zelda. I don't want to become that. I don't want to box myself in where I'm only playing certain titles. And then you know what I mean? Anyway, it's something that I think about literally all the time.
I think about it all the time. I think about how to, Paladin, I hate Zelda, worst series ever. Well, and there are a lot of people that don't love Zelda, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I have no judgment. I don't gatekeep games. That's fine. All I'm saying is when I look at my analytics on my YouTube channel, those are the most watched videos, are Zelda and Metroid, weirdly enough. Jonathan! How's it going? Play 85 games in a year like me, who doesn't have any kids and has time to build Legos. Yeah, totally, 100%. I know how I can do that. I just won't sleep. That's it. That's how I do it. I just don't sleep. How can I survive? Remember that movie, what is it called? Meet the Robinsons, when she's got the caffeine patch on her arm? All the caffeine patches on her arm. And she's like, I created this caffeine patch. Been awake for days. Each patch is equal to 8 cups of coffee with no side effects. Ah! Sorry. That's what I need, apparently. Apparently. But real talk, I'm really enjoying this Cocoon game. It is definitely scratching my itch for puzzles. And yeah, there's VT. I'm VT and I have time to play 85 games in a year.
Because I don't have to get children's snacks constantly. That's pretty much my life, is getting children's snacks constantly. It doesn't matter if I give Auden like a full meal. It doesn't matter. In an hour, she'll still be hungry for something. She'll still want to eat something. And like, I love my children, but like, yeah, this game's great. So far, I've really enjoyed it. I feel like I made some pretty good headway yesterday, but like, I don't know. It's a mystery. I'm not really sure. Oh, look at that. I chose to go the right way. Amazing. My cat is constantly begging for treats. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Kitty. Southern male. Oh, y'all got got yourselves a southern ghost. Oh, he's coming with me. That's nice. Okay, here's my thought. I should play Skyward Sword, but it should be the Southern Banana Bill. Should be him. Every time he comes on that screen, he is a Southern Banana Bill. It's gonna be amazing. I think I should have a voice mod for Bruce. Only seems appropriate. And also, it's Highland Dodgy. Cheers to you, Highland Dodgy. Hear him is a Kiss tribute fan reject. He totally is. Oh my gosh. He is so extra. With his like emo, like long hair, and he's always going all the time. Oh, he's so extra. Okay, we're gonna put you down there. Oh. I was gonna say, this is what rebuilds our little drone friend. So that means we got some angry. So this is basically like a save point, right? Like this is a save point. I have activated this teleportation device. Okay, hold on. I am doing well, Jonathan. I am cold. I have my heated blanket on my legs today. Oh, danger, alert, danger. This is going to launch us over the thing. Okay, ready? Boom. Oh, not very far. Let's go. Oh my goodness. What's your job? I cannot bring my Oh, that's your job. Great. Excellent. Oh, so I am thinking that it's snowing in Florida? Are you serious? I did not know that. Well, that is what oh no, I wore these yesterday. I need to get myself some more silly glasses. Who doesn't need more silly glasses? So I think I need to create something with StreamerBot. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. I would love, you know how my alerts like scrunch my screen up just ever so slightly and you see at the bottom like so-and-so cheered or whatever. I would really love to do that with my channel point redemptions because if people are watching VODs later or whatever, all they hear is that sound and they don't know what's happening. And then most of the time, all of a sudden I start talking funny or I start like talking in an accent or like suddenly my voice changes or suddenly I'm like, oh, I gotta go get socks or something. But the only way I've figured out how to do that, can't wait to watch that clip. The only way I've figured out how to do that through StreamerBot is if I do it for every single channel point individually. And I don't want to, there's got to be a way to just do it all together, right? Right? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but snowing in Florida, not in Alabama. Cats are barking, dogs are meowing. It's the end of the world. Water is better for you. Okay, so that did what? Can I axe? Oh, this is a door. This is a door. Wow. I assume I'm going to be able to go back and get my orb because I can't. Maybe I can. Hold on. That's why the teleportation thing is right there because I can almost guarantee you we're going to try it, but I'm pretty sure I won't be able to go through these things. Yeah. Yeah. Wooter? Row Tide. Wait a minute. Roll Tide? Boomer Sooner? Dinkin' your oiter? What are you saying? Oh my gosh, everybody in chat is not making any sense right now. Wooter. Oh, water. Dinkin' your oiter. Just kind of like wash your face. Wash your face. Am I like, okay, am I not in the middle of my camera? Am I in the middle of my camera? Am I a man? Am I a baby? These are legitimate questions. Okay, we're going into this big creepy door. Oh! Purple, huh? Okay. I think every single dev took drugs to make this game. Sisters? Siblings. Okay. Because that literally is the only way to explain. Yeah, triplets. That is the only way. Oh. Okay, that went down. Cool. Oh my gosh, it is cold. But at least I have my... I love this. This looks like a bunch of little bugs were playing like poker together or something, but they left their game and somebody left a flower crown hanging on the side. Where are all the bugs? Where are all my, like, where are my people? Okay, so I'll bet this activates this, maybe? Question mark? Oh. Nope. Still don't know what the diamond does. Okay, got it. Max, like, I've got fuzzy socks, fuzzy pants, fuzzy blanket, and still toes are cold. You need a heated blanket, my dude. Heated blankets are the MVP, VIP goat. That was in A Bug's Life? What was? Drinking your water? Wooter? I've seen A Bug's Life. I love A Bug's Life. I love A Bug's Life. Was that there before? I don't feel like that was there before. Oh, Bugs playing poker. Yes, that's true. I thought Bug's Life was great. That whole scene when Flick stands up to the grasshopper is still one of my favorite kind of underdog moments. Love it. Because not only does he stand up to Hopper, but he also says, even though he's been shunned by his clan or whatever, he says, I've seen these ants do great things. He builds them up, even though every single one of them crapped on him all the time. He basically speaks positively about them. I hope they feel guilty. Oh, really? I didn't really care for ants that much. I don't feel like it was much of a kid's. I saw it young, and I don't really feel like it was much of a kid's movie. What? Will this open for me? No, of course it won't. There's a thing right there. Okay, well, I can't. Oh, that purple stuff matches this guy. Okay. Oh, I know what I need to do. Dude, I need to go. No. I need to go into the purple biome. We haven't been into the purple biome yet. Who knows? Who knows what is waiting for us in there? This is going to get really confusing. Oh my gosh. Ants was terrifying. Their faces were too human. And that scene with them all getting attacked by those monstrous bugs was nightmare fuel. See, I don't even remember that. I don't remember any monstrous bugs. I loved A Bug's Life. I thought it was great. Francis. Oh, just because I'm a ladybug automatically makes me a girl. I love that he flies over really like cutesy, and then he like throws the thing down and he's like, so. I love it. Hey, it's Mayor of Canada. The game bugs me. What? This cute little bug. Look at him. He's so cute. He's in a strange world, though. I don't like it. This makes me feel like I'm inside the body of some big giant creature, and I don't like that. Somehow this makes me feel like I'm running in and out of organs. Call me crazy, but that is what it makes me feel like. Okay, I need to bring an orb in here. Does the orb matter? And we have little flying things? Swimmy things? I don't know what it is. Ants was more of an animated film for young adults. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a kid's movie. My mom took me to see it when I was probably like, I don't know. I remember I had just gotten glasses for the first time. And so I barely paid attention to the movie because the whole time I just kept doing this, as you do when you get glasses and suddenly realize you haven't been able to see. I just remember going like this. I couldn't believe I'd been walking around with such crappy vision. Could not believe it. But I don't remember anything about it. I just remember, who is it that does the main ant's voice? Is it Woody Allen? I think so. Flesh bit natural. I still haven't listened to that video yet. It's on my... I found too many. I literally have like 50 videos that are downloaded on YouTube right now. And I haven't made it through all of them yet. Is that going to make a bridge? Oh, creepy spinal bridge. Okay. Or something. 9,400 steps to 401 steps and 9 aluminum cans collected. Yesterday, 32,000 steps and 68, almost 33,000. Wow, that's a big jump, Mayor. Were you like those colorblind people who get those magical glasses? Okay, so I actually watched a video on YouTube that discussed how those colorblind glasses, they don't know if they're actually legit or not, because all the videos, and listen, I am not saying whether they're legit or not. I have no idea. I'm not colorblind. I don't know anybody that's colorblind. Yes, I do. Jordachi in my Twitch chat, he works during my streams, but he is colorblind. I've never asked him. He doesn't have those glasses, but I think I've asked him before, but I don't think he's ever used them. But the problem with these videos are they have these kids or like these people that will, like one in particular, I remember seeing where like there was this kid and they put the glasses on and they had all these different colored balloons in the family room. And he started to cry and they were like, "What do you see?" And he was like, "I can see colors." And they were like, "What color is this?" And he was like, "It's red." Boy, if you are colorblind, how do you know if that's red? And I'd never thought about that before. And I was like, huh, okay, that's interesting. If you've grown up your whole life thinking that red is a certain color, and then suddenly you see an actual red balloon and suddenly you know that that's red, that seems a little sketchy. Also, Andrew blew my mind the other day because he was like, "You know what? How do we know that we're all seeing the same color? For all you know, I could see this as what you think is the color blue, but because I've been taught it's red, my red, your red could be my blue." And I was like, my brain. And you're right, colorblindness is a spectrum. I have no idea. I just remember seeing this video and being like, huh, that is so interesting. I've never thought of that before. I've always thought those videos were so wholesome and they were great and they get tons of views. But this video kind of broke down how he's going to follow me. Well, that's cool. Oh, can't follow me through that. No, siree. Oh, this is going to be a... Okay, I understand. Got it. All I'm saying is some of the evidence was definitely pretty interesting. But then there were other parts that I was like, well, I mean, that could be explained by this, that. And you're right, it is a spectrum. So maybe it's not that way for everyone. Yes, baby. Lindsay says, "I can confirm we do not all see the same color. Have many talks with my partner about matching color, and it is wild." Okay, so Andrew was right. Wow, that's crazy. What just happened? He's like, "Well, here's my little meep." You guys, we're inside a body. Look at that. That is an intestine. Oh, he even makes little robot beep boops. I watched a video on YouTube a while back of how jawbreakers are made, and those are pretty much just straight sugar that's just been like hard pressed, apparently. Okay. Yeah, Spider, I expect you to do your homework. You got to spell. I know, sorry, my toddler needed me. She was on the turlet. Whenever she poops, she can't just tell me that. She goes, I need to whisper in your ear. I don't know why. So I always know. If she's just done, she'll be like, I'm done. But if she poops, she was like, I need to whisper in your ear. I know automatically. It's nice of her to give me a way of knowing. Oh, our friend is gone, right? No. Oh. Well, I assume if I take that orb with me, this door is going to close. Oh. Never mind. No one sees the same colors because color is a function of the brain's interpretation of electrical signals from the retina in the eye. Everyone's eyes are different and their brains are different, and thus color perception is different. Circus peanuts are banana flavored? I think you're right. I haven't had a circus peanut in so long. Charlotte found out about circus peanuts and she got so obsessed with them. She was like, I need to try circus peanuts. You know where we found them? Hobby Lobby. Did she love them? No, not really. Okay, there's a teleportation pad or whatever. So now we're going to bring the green one in here. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is going to get so crazy. Okay, my brain. All right, it's time to get wrinkly. Brain. Well, clearly the whispering would work if you didn't tell all of chat. Wait, what? Oh, you mean Auden? I don't, she doesn't whisper. I don't whisper either. She just, I mean, I guess, but anyway, just makes me laugh. Well, that's how I knew I had to go in there and help her instead of being like, Sissy, go help your sister. I knew it needed to be me. Wow. Land Rider, Land Rider, Land Rider. What? They took my orbs. I am orbless. I am biomeless. And now I find myself sort of river guardian bottom. No, river guardianless. That's what it is. What? But why is those things? Okay, well, I need the orange one to get to that one. Orbless in Seattle. Music from Super Mario Kart on SNES has been added to Nintendo Music. I never played Mario Kart on SNES, so I wouldn't know what any of that is. But that explains why I got a thing on my, on my phone. Oh, this one is, oh, thanks. You too? Rude. Oh, yeah, okay. What? We don't have any goldfish, Sweet Pea. You should have bought some. I put it on the shopping list, but we haven't actually gone to Walmart yet. Will you go wake pot? Listen, I took a nap today because Ander went to go get donuts with the girls because they were little devils on his shoulder. They were like, Papa, we want donuts. Listen, I do not get in the car and buy donuts. Absolutely not. No. But Ander does. So Ander was like, oh, fine. So they went to go get donuts and I took a nap. I was asleep for maybe 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Ander went to lay down at 1. He's still asleep. It's not fair. I'm kidding. Just funny that she's like, I need to whisper your ear because, yeah, that is private. And Susie comes. There is no privacy with that kind of stuff when you have a toddler. I don't get any privacy. I'll be going to the bathroom and she'll just like bust the door in and be like, Mama, I need goldfish. I'm like, whoa, hey, that is not fair. I don't get any privacy. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. I don't, but I'm trying to give my children privacy. Oh, these little things are where the wait. No, wait. No, wait. Okay. This place is so much bigger than I thought. But even like when I'm not, it just makes me laugh. My children just make me laugh. Oh, but I can't get back there because okay. Shoot. I thought I could go back. I can't. Can I put this down? I have all the questions. So many questions. Can I put that in here? Okay, well, that's the only option I had. Oh. 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 Is this supposed to go up there? I missed that. Oh. Oh. Okay, I think I know how to utilize this guy. Oh, yes, I do. Hold on. You come this way, and I will make this bridge for you. It's kind of cute in a weird way. If you use an Amazon Alexa or Echo for alarm, set the alarm to one of the 2 or 3 alarms from the Grand Tour. My favorite being Jeremy Clarkson yelling, "Wake up, wake up, wake up." That sounds terrible. Oh, wait. I do not wake up with an Alexa. Will you stay right there? Oh. Or is he supposed to? Oh, okay. If I just, yeah, okay. Pressure activated. Okay, this sets those things down, right? Yes. Cool. Excellent. Land Rider's pink eye is technically gone. Oh man, I haven't had pink eye in a long time. Yeah, pink eye sucks, man. That was the only time Charlotte ever. Oh. That was the only time Charlotte ever came to me and was like, "You know how you told me that I needed to tell you if something happened and somebody told me not to tell a teacher?" And I said, "Yes, did something happen?" And I was terrified. I was so horrified that I was going to hear something awful. And she goes, "Well, one of the girls that sits at my group told me she had pink eye today, but she told me not to tell the teacher." And I was like, "Okay, well, I appreciate you letting me know. That's one of those things that she really should tell the teacher because that means all the other kids could get pink eye. So that's really something that she should tell the teacher." But I was terrified that she was going to tell me something absolutely horrifying. Because I've always told her, I'm like, we don't keep secrets. And if somebody tells you not to tell the teacher, chances are you probably should. But she was like, I just didn't feel good about it. So I decided to tell you. And I said, "I appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you." There wasn't anything I could do about it at that point. But I am confusion. Loud and annoying in the morning. Me, grumpy all day. Wake up, wake up, wake up. I feel like I'm supposed to put that in there, maybe? Yeah, see, I've heard so many stories of people telling or people going through scary things but not telling anybody because they're scared. That's why I tell Charlotte, if somebody tells you, don't tell the teacher or don't tell your mom. That is your number one indicator that you absolutely should tell a teacher or tell me. And she understands that. So I was really proud of her, but I breathed a sigh of relief for sure because I was like, "Oh my gosh," I was terrified. Okay, are you gonna come with me, buddy? Okay, but he's gonna. Yeah, I tell her, if you tell me, like if somebody tells you, don't tell your mom or don't tell your dad, and you tell me anyway, I promise you will not get into trouble. Absolutely promise. Because 99% of the time, there probably isn't trouble to be gotten into. Because okay. What the heck good did that do? Oh, I understand. Okay. Time to go up. Yeah. Okay. Now we're on the same page. Okay. Awesome. There are things you don't tell parents, like backyard science experiments. We just had the chat with our kiddo too. He has a new friend in pre-K who is more adventurous than our kiddo. Yep. You just have to have, it's that conversation you got to have and be like, listen, if somebody tells you don't tell the teacher or don't tell your mom or whatever, chances are that's something that you should absolutely tell the teacher or your mom. And I've told Charlotte we don't keep secrets in our house. We can keep surprises, but we don't keep secrets. And if I kind of find myself saying like, well, don't tell Papa or something like that, I'll always be like, okay, you understand that this is a surprise. It's not a secret, right? We're keeping a surprise. We're not keeping a secret because we don't keep secrets in this house. I always try to make sure, oh, we need you. I always make sure she understands. Because that's, that's every parent's worst nightmare is that your kid's going to come home and be like, I have something to tell you. And you're going to find out somebody hurt them or a teacher hurt them or something. So I was like, if somebody says that, I was like, even if an adult, especially if an adult says, don't tell your mom, that's the first indicator you come and tell me. And I promise you will not get into trouble. Absolutely promise. I hope I did this right, because there's like a whole other section over there that I need 2 of those things for. Surprise versus secret is a very good separation to have. It's fan. Then I'm stepping out of hiding too. Poop is not a secret. Everyone does it. Can I? Oh, I hope I did this right. Wow, that is quite the vessel. I think I need to go through these VODs and create a supercut of all my reactions of all these things, because I'm pretty sure. I was scrubbing through one of my VODs last night looking for something. Oh, it was when I was making VT's command. I was scrubbing through a VOD and it was just constantly like, ooh, ooh, and I was like, man, I need to make some sort of supercut because I am bananas while I'm streaming. Oh, well, I mean, like, I had things to do back there, but okay. Poop is not a secret. I had stuff I needed to do back there. Oh my gosh, this place is massive. I feel like that Chrissy Teigen meme. Okay. Is that a hole? Yep. Can't go that way. All right, cool. So there's only one way I can go. Well, that's helpful. Yeah, I was looking for that. Time to build them. And I just kept coming across all these moments, just clicking through the VOD at like 30-second intervals. It was just kind of all the emotions all across the board. It was such a roller coaster. It was crazy. And I couldn't help laughing. I was like, what is wrong with me? Yeah, this is so wild. This is so wild. And it's so different than their last 2 games. Like Inside and Limbo were pretty similar. This is completely out of left field. Oh, there is a teleportation device right there. Teleport. Sometimes poop is an Olympic sport, at least when you have boys. I do not have boys. Can't confirm. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, no, I think I can. Yeah, it's the same devs that did Inside. Oh shoot. Okay, let me think. There's a teleporting device right there, and there's a telepad right there. Ulcer development, 20 seconds. Oh, hemorrhoid development. That's why I'm a good streamer. Well, I was like, man, I need to make some supercuts. I really should be cutting up more of my VODs and like making them into clips and stuff. Scarecrow has been so generous to post my clips to YouTube because I've never taken the time to do that. I should have. That should have been my job, but I've just never taken the time to do that. Oh, I know how to do. Do I? Yes, I do know how to do this. You go there. You go there. We're gonna go put you here. Yeah. Then we're gonna go back in. Are there only? You know what? Don't answer that question. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I have an X account that I made for when I published my book, but I have never used it since then. So I don't know. Maybe I should. I hate the whole Twitterverse universe and all that stuff, but maybe I should. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to take you back, bring you. See, these types of games, not only do I really love playing them, but I'm also just like, I don't understand how devs create this stuff. I don't understand. And I'm not even talking about the world of the weird bizarreness of this world. I'm talking about these puzzles. I'm talking about Portal and Portal 2 and these insane mind-bending puzzles that are so brilliant. I don't know. Oh, can I do that or will it? Oh, yeah. I heard the OG Twitter devs made a new version after Musk obliterated Twitter, and it's called Blue Note. Yeah, that was a very strange. Oh! Oh my goodness. How does this help me? I know, but we've already I can't go back yet. Okay, hold on. We've already talked about that. Making a mini map for this would be a nightmare. There's no way. Well, I don't know. You could make a mini map of each of the biomes, but at the same time, oh, hold on. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I'm thinking. My brain is hatching an idea. Blue sky? Yeah, social media will never go away. There will always be, because Instagram did threads and all that, you know. Hey, it's Corpse! Are you saving old humans from the Earth and sending them to another planet? You know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a cozy, cute little puzzle bug. Look at him. He's a cute little moth. What I'm doing is unclear. I don't know. I'm moving these orbs around that each of them equal a different. Oh, each of them equal a different biome. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. So if I put that there and then I go into the water, I go into that orange biome. Right? I know what I need to do. I think so. Strong moth, yes. Look at him. That thing's like his entire body. Yep. You are right. Oh. Whoa. Oh, I don't know if I know what I need to do. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait. Oh, and there's like things pulsing in there. You know what Angel's gear kind of reminded me of? Just a teeny bit. Just a little bit. This just had this thought with those like pulsing things. Angel's gear reminded me just a teeny bit of Scorn pixelated. It was very odd. It wasn't nearly as fleshy, but there were aspects of it that I was like, oh, that reminds me a lot of Scorn. I watched the whole ending of Scorn, which was such a fever dream. Yeah, it was. Yes, you're escaping a flirch.
Mama,
Yes, baby. If you need something, you need to ask Sissy.
can I have a donut?
How many donuts have you had today?
No donut.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I think you've had at least one.
No, I didn't have a donut.
You had a donut after Papa went and bought donuts. So you want a second donut. Okay, go ask Sissy. Tell her I said yes. Yeah, it's a flesh church. Literally my first thought about that name. You mean Angel's Gear? Dude, it was so weird. It was the weirdest game. It's like a Metroidvania pixel art horror kind of game. And I'm a weenie when it comes to horror games, but that one was doable. But there were some moments that I had to like make sure my girls weren't around because I was like, ooh, the boss designs were super creepy. Okay. But it was short. She had indeed had a donut. Yeah, I was like, you can't tell me that you guys went and bought donuts and then you didn't get one. Come on now. Okay. All right. I need the purple one to undo those blocks back there, and I need the green one to do that block right there. I think I know what I need to do. I think so. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. We'll see. If I'm right, I will be so proud of myself. Oh. Okay. There's only one place to put this guy. Oh, shoot. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's annoying. If I'm right, I think I am, maybe, but I could not be. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'm not making any sense because I'm not explaining my train of thought. The way to test donuts to make sure they're fresh, how she needs it to enjoy a donut. Okay, well, at least we've got one over here. I think I have to. Okay, yeah, I'm right. But you couldn't do them both at the same time because there's only one place to put an orb. I was going to put this one and the purple one in here at the same time, but you can't, so you have to do them separately. It's annoying. Okay. It's a lot. I know. How many donuts have you had today? I haven't. It's a very 3-year-old answer. Oh, I love her so much. She's going to be 4 in March. I don't want another baby. Like, I really don't want another baby. And I don't want another toddler either because she's kind of a monster right now. She's really sweet when she wants to be sweet, but as my sister also witnessed. I'm sorry. What? I can't get back this way? Oh, because I'm in the purple one. I am so smart. Okay, that's dumb. I couldn't bring both of them in here. Hold on. If I'm in the purple one, then how do I make those things go down? Isn't that how they go down? Was it the purple one? Or do I push a... okay. I'm in the purple one. Okay, I'm... For how smart I was to come up with that idea, I sure am not smart with that thinking, that line of thinking. Okay, we need... Ooh, okay. Oh, man. Yeah, she had big emotions over very small things. I know. And my stepmom and my dad are older, and they're just kind of at that age where they're just kind of like, okay. And they just kind of sit back. My mom was very hands-on, and my mother-in-law is pretty hands-on, but my stepmom is not. And so it was a little frustrating for me to be trying to deal with these meltdowns. I just felt like I was a single mom all week long. And I never really felt that way when I was hanging out with my mom or when I hang out with my mother-in-law, because I felt like I could say, hey, can you do this? And something about my mother-in-law or my stepmom, I just didn't feel like I could do that. What? DJ, BJ, how's it going? 1 minute you're holding a newborn, the next you're walking them down the aisle on their wedding day. Dude, I can't even tell, Ander. I can't even say things like that. That's different. What? I'm gonna have to write this down. Okay, hold on. I gotta take some notes. Okay. Okay. The younger Munchkins have no concept of time. She hasn't had one in her whole day, or she hasn't had one in a whole day or the last 5 minutes or whatever. Yeah, it's true. They have no concept of time. It's just, it just gets frustrating because I feel like, and I'm not attacking my stepmom. My stepmom just does things very differently than me. But I feel like you either become one or the other when it comes to you becoming a grandma. You either become the kind of grandma that's like, well, I had to deal with my kids and I suffered through it, and so you can suffer through it. Or you become the type of grandma where you're like, I want to help because I could have used the help when I was younger. And I feel like my stepmom kind of teeters on the first one, being like, well, I had 5 kids and was basically a single mom and I suffered through it. So you get to suffer through it too, which I think is a really toxic. Okay, toxic is too strong a word. I think that's just a really unfortunate way of thinking, because all moms need help, all of them. And just because one mom didn't get help doesn't mean she shouldn't help other people. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's weird that it's like, if you don't want my kid to scream, then help, like to throw a tantrum, then help me calm my kid down. Let's find something, let's figure something out together instead of just standing back and watching me and judging. That's not helping anybody. So it's just kind of an odd experience, but it is what it is. Well, how do I know which one's the first one? It's very strange. Yeah, it's like if you struggled through something, and this is how my mother-in-law is different. My mother-in-law struggled all her life because she was practically a single parent. Even though she was married, her husband was useless and didn't do anything. So she was basically a single parent with the husband still living at the house. And she has the opposite way of thinking, where she's like, I needed help, and so I want to help. And even though my mother-in-law and I don't get along super, super well, and we get along fine, but we're not like, I would consider us close. At least she's helpful. And if I were to say, hey, she would take the initiative and she would be like, Auden, why don't you come here and let's do this or something. She can see when I'm frazzled and she sees a need and she goes for it. Well, that was the first one. So we're going to go with that one as the first one. Maybe. It was just very strange. I didn't really understand it, but I also don't want to be like, my stepmom didn't help me at all. But at the same time, my stepmom didn't help me at all. So kind of is what it is. Okay, there's the triangle. I hope this is right. That was the... Okay, this is like kind of like a Y. No, kind of. See a need, fill a need. That's what Charlotte did when we were over at my friend's house, and my friend was like, yeah, our basement is totally a disaster and every toy we own is down there. And so you guys have all this time to play. Charlotte saw a need. She overheard my friend say how stressed she was, and she cleaned the basement. And I was like, I've rarely been more proud of Charlotte than I was in that moment. I was really, really proud of her. She saw a need and she went for it. Oh, I can draw this shape. And my friend was like almost in tears. She was like, you have no idea how much that means to me. Okay. So it's either that one that's the beginning one or it's the one right before it. Because I think it changed when I went up this one. Yeah. Okay. We'll try. Okay, the 3. And then the triangle. Oh, it's the X. And then this one. And this one. Oh, we got it right. Yes. I would assume there may be some trauma after being accused of overstepping. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I'm not really sure. She has 5 kids, all of which have a lot of kids. And then all of those kids are now starting to have kids. So she has a lot of kids, grandkids, and great grandkids. Maybe. I don't really know. But at the same time, I also feel like I mean, the reality is my stepmom is a lovely person and she loves my dad and my dad loves her. And I'm happy for them. But she didn't come into my life until I was already in Texas and I had already moved away. And so we really have kind of gotten to know each other over time, or like over being like long distance, you know what I mean? And so I really, realistically, I don't know her that well. I mean, I kind of do, but I also kind of don't. And so I don't know, maybe she doesn't feel like, maybe she doesn't feel as close to my kids, which is totally understandable because we're not out there all the time. And it's true. It's totally true. You don't want to be the pushy grandma or the pushy aunt, and you don't want to be like, because I dealt with a lot of that with my mom. My mom was always criticizing my parenting, and I couldn't figure out why. It was so frustrating because I was like, my kids aren't poorly behaved. I mean, my kids are pretty good kids. And yeah, okay, they throw tantrums and they're kind of picky eaters sometimes, but like, I'm doing the best I can. But the reality is, if I just didn't feel like I could ask for her help, I guess, because I didn't know how to ask. I don't know. It was kind of interesting, but you're right. There is that, and there absolutely could have been something like that. Maybe she did overstep at one point, and she's just decided, I will only help if I'm asked. It's just the best thing ever when people acknowledge a need and just step up. That's awesome. What is the best movie? Wait, DJ BJ says, what are you? Oh, okay. Best movie ever. Oh, you're replying to Mud. See a need, fill a need? Is that a movie? Oh, it must be a movie line. Her ex-husband was not really present as fathers. The whole idea of anything being like, well, I suffered through it, and so other people just get to suffer through it too. That doesn't help. Oh, welcome to the land of the living. I did. How long did you sleep? I bet you feel great. I too would feel great if I slept for an hour plus. She even did that at Dad's place, tidied up the kitchen and living room to be helpful while Susie tried to put Auden to bed. And our stepmom was so appreciative, but for some reason, she never did anything when Auden was fussy. She also told us that we had to stop screaming when we were playing in a different room and there were 2 energetic kids. Oh yeah, they were like in a different room and the girls were screaming and they were having a tickle fight with Auntie Katie and it was really great. And she was like, can you guys keep it down? You know what? The reality is she lives in silence. She lives in complete silence. And so I get having little energetic kids in your house suddenly filling your house with those types of sounds. I get that that's overwhelming. But at the same time, don't invite us to stay if you can't, I have a kid that is going to make loud noises. I can't stop that. So I felt kind of like I wasn't welcome because I was constantly trying to keep Auden from, and then of course when she was throwing tantrums and she was screaming, I was like, Auden, we've got to figure out how to, we've got to be quiet or whatever. And it was really hard, but whatever. I'm not trying to vilify anybody. I'm just saying I agree that if somebody is struggling, it shouldn't just be, oh, well, I struggled with it, so you can struggle with it too. That's not a productive, helpful way of doing anything. That is just cruel, if you ask me. Okay, but now we've got a green one. Oh, it's from Robots. You know what? I have never seen Robots. It's free on YouTube, and I have always wanted to watch it, and I've never actually seen it. But realistically, if more people lived that way, I think there are so many needs that would be met. But this goes back to that TED Talk I listened to a while back about parents making decisions for their kids. We live in we come together, but a lot of people have this individualistic type thought process where it's like, well, I want my kids to get into the best schools, and I want my kids to be on the sports team, and I want my kids to be healthy, and I want my kids to have clean drinking water, and I want my kids to do all these things. The reality is we should really want that for all kids. And so if there is a way for you to help that happen, like stepping in and helping a tired, stressed out mom, or helping somebody out at the grocery store. I'm not saying monetarily. I'm saying like if a mom I remember I was walking out of a grocery store one time before I had kids, and there was a mom that was pushing 2 carts. She was pushing one forward, and then she was dragging another one. And there was a baby in the one she was dragging, and they were full carts. And she was pulling the one, and there was a baby that was crying, and I wasn't carrying anything. And I just walked up to her and I said, can I push your cart for you? Can I push one of these carts for you? And she said, oh, yes, thank you so much. So I pushed the one with the crying kid, and he was so shocked, he shut up. And I just kind of looked at him and was like, yeah, surprise. And I wasn't very good with kids back then. I was never good with kids before I had my own. But yeah, sometimes, and sometimes people don't want help. And we also live in a society, unfortunately, where a lot of people are like, don't parent my kid. How dare you parent my kid? Once again, this individualistic, like, I'm the only one. Whatever happened to it taking a village, man? I don't want to do it alone. I need help. I feel overstimulated, stressed out a lot. And that makes me a crappy mom. And so if I could have some support, we would all be better off if we could like support each other. But some people take that as like, you're doing this wrong. And that's really not what most people are saying. They're just saying, hey, can I help you? Because you seem really stressed out. It's not that they, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to, I don't know. Shocked into silence. Yeah. The kid was like, and I was just like, surprise. And the mom was really grateful. I've had people take my grocery carts back, which is also very, very helpful. When I'm putting kids in their seats and stuff, and I've had people be like, hey, I can take this cart back for you. Oh, thank you so much. It just takes one less thing off. It's just one thing off my plate. It's not just from my long past Ewan McGregor voice obsession, which is how I found it. Did Ewan McGregor do a voice in Robots? Wild Andrew appears and is unsure of what year it is. It's been 84 years. What I never get is why people think little kids will be perfect, quiet, well-behaved humans. Newsflash, they're not going to be that way for a while. And even when they become humans, we're all humans. Are you guys? Even when they become adults, they're still not going to be perfect, because my stepmom was a kid at some point. She's not perfect. My dad was a kid at some point, and he's not perfect either. So for us to have these high expectations of our little kids that are still trying to figure out how to regulate their emotions and how to function, we can't even regulate our emotions half the time. We can't even function sometimes because we're so stressed out or whatever. It's totally unfair to have such high expectations. That sounded like Jordachi. We were just talking about you, Jordachi. It's so good to see you. A wild Jordachi appears. We were just talking about you. We were talking about those like chroma glasses, like that are supposed to help color blindness. Have you ever tried those? Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I can't. Oh yeah, they're a scam. We were just talking about that. We were wondering because the videos are all kind of like, well, oh, Lindsay, thank you. That was so kind of you. Ooh, I feel like these songs are getting tiresome. I don't know. Speaking of, weren't we just quoting this movie? I've got to swallow. That's for you, Lindsay. Also, Jet, how are you? It's so good to see you. Emotional regulation is beyond most people to do themselves. I know, it's like you can't expect a little kid to, and this is what's so hard about being a parent is I'm trying to emotionally regulate and I'm supposed to help my kid learn how to emotionally regulate and I can't even do it because I'm so frustrated right now. It's so hard. I'm not trying to badmouth anybody and I'm not saying that my trip was terrible or anything like that, but I do think there is this weird disconnect between some people where they feel like, well, I want that for my kids and I'm going to fight tooth and nail to get that for my kids, which is understandable. But we should really all be looking out for each other to try and give that to all children. All children deserve to be raised in homes where they feel loved and safe and where they are able to grow and flourish and blossom and have access to quiet so they can do their homework and do better in school and things like that. And we should all be striving to help each other accomplish that. It shouldn't just be like survival of the fittest, whatever, because kids have no control over their world. We have some control, but you sure can hop on one leg. I'm reminded of a star. Look what I can do. All the time, every day. I'm thinking through this puzzle. So the only way for me to get this little drone through these dudes I have to go from one biome to the other biome, but I don't know how to do that because we're in the purple one. Sorry. I am amazed at how much better my kiddo is at regulating his emotions than many adults I encounter. Yeah, I've experienced that as well. Like Charlotte will have moments where I'm like, dude, you handled that better than any of the adults in that situation. This is one of my many reasons for not wanting my own kids. I definitely do not have the patience to deal with their handling of emotions and everything. I mean, luckily, you kind of learn and grow together. But it's hard. I mean, nobody said having kids is easy. And anybody who says having kids is easy is out of their minds because I don't think it's easy. Do I think it's worth it? Yes. Is it my business to tell people they should or shouldn't have kids? No. I think Katie would make a great mom, but she's also a great aunt. She gets to dote on my kids and then go home to a child-free house. Jet says, we had a specialist for our daughter the other day to potentially get the ball rolling for funding for when she starts school. No real issues at the moment. Does she have like learning disabilities or something? Oh, 6 months ago when we booked, she was having 2 to 3 hour meltdowns each bedtime for a few weeks straight. Oh, how old is she? That gets really, really hard. Auden had colic. And I remember sitting there bouncing my baby and being like, I don't understand. It would just go on for hours. She would just cry for hours for no reason. She'll be 4 in a few months. Okay. And honestly, that's the best thing you can do for your kid. If there's something that needs to be diagnosed or something that needs to be tested or whatever, it is the best thing you can do for your kid because you open up all the possibilities to really, truly help them succeed instead of just ignoring it and being like, no, there's nothing wrong. Wrong is the wrong word. No, there's nothing going on differently. They don't think differently. Their brain doesn't work differently or whatever. Wrong is the wrong term. I have to go into one. Wait. Okay, wait. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm obviously supposed to take my little drone into one of the biomes and then reappear over there. But how am I supposed to do that? Because I can't go into the green. Okay, wait. I gotta think. My brain hurts. My little droney, my little droney. Okay. Okay, wait. I can't. Oh. Okay, wait. If I go here, do I go back to the like hub or do I? No, I go to that place. Okay. And then if I go on here, I go back to this place. Okay. My Daroni. Okay. I can't. Okay. I can't do this. I'm just kidding. No, I just have to think about it. Somehow. Yeah, you're right. Somehow I need to go into a biome and bring my little dude with me into the biome. But then I have to reappear in that other biome. And I don't know how to. I don't know how to do that. I couldn't be a teacher either. I'm not being a pumpkin. I'm being a little moth. Look at him. He's cute. Okay. If I take this with me, this bridge no longer works. Of course it doesn't. Then go. I love how she has to announce it. I'm like, go and. Okay, hold on. I missed a whole bunch of things. I think I can handle kids, but I was an elementary TA in my junior year and had to keep an eye on the class when the teacher left to do something. I heard so much, Mr. Local Trekkie, I need help to go to the bathroom, get water. I could not be a teacher. I really respect, I have so much respect for teachers. Well, good teachers, because there are some teachers out there that are crappy teachers that I don't respect because they're just crappy teachers. Fan says, honestly, I love when stepping up to do a thing doesn't even feel like it. When it's more, I haven't done that before and everyone profits in the end. I'm telling you, we have so many, we just should help each other. And you guys know that I'm an advocate for this. I talk about it at the end of every stream. We just need to help each other. We can't be in an individualistic society because we won't thrive that way. We have to be. We've got to help each other. How do I come? Oh, like Burnt Out Teachers. I love her videos so much. I don't have an Instagram anymore, so I don't, but she does a great job of like reenacting all these things that like either her students said or her parents would do or whatever, or their parents would do. Oh my gosh, it's so great. And then there's the guy, there's the guy that pretends to be little kids and he'll like reenact the conversations he heard when he was a kindergarten teacher. They're so funny. Yeah, well, dinosaurs are extinct. Well, you stink. Nuh-uh. Yes, It's so funny. It's so good. Oh my gosh. Um, okay, wait. Lindsay says, did I just learn the actual name of that song because I Googled My Jeroni and Google was kind and patient? My Jeroni. Oh, okay. I'm too distracted with so many different things. Okay. I've got to get that little drone over there. How do I do that? Do I put... It's Salty. How's it going, Salty? I feel like my brain is like right on the edge of it. I don't want to look it up yet. I feel like my brain is right on the edge of it, but I can't. Okay, hold on. I have an idea that probably isn't going to work, but we'll try it. So when I put this guy in this biome, yeah, yeah, I know that's where I need to go, little dude. I know that. I know. I follow Shauna the mom on YouTube, and she's so good. All about times where people are not respecting boundaries and choices. Oh, this doesn't work now anyway. Oh, beans. Okay. All right. Well, that kind of sort of... How does this work? There's no way to make that work. Can I use this if I had... No. There's no way to make that work because in order for you to go into... I mean, obviously there's a way, but I'm just crap at coming up with it. But in order for you to come out of a biome, you have to go into that biome first. Yeah. No, you're right. It's not that I'm dumb. It's just that big convos are happening and I'm trying to like this whole time we've been talking about this, my brain's been worrying through all of this. Like I know what I need to do, but I don't know how to do it. I obviously need to go into one biome with my little droney, and then I need to come out of the biome over there. But I don't know how to do that because if you go into the orange one, it's not like you can come out of the green one. I don't... Google never calls me an idiot and yet makes me feel like one quite often. Thanks, Google. Maybe you can. And I just... Because I haven't come across one of these like biome pool thingy dingies in a really long time. You know what? I haven't been in the green one in a while. Maybe there's something in the green. Bye, Lindsay. Speaking of good parents, I have a feeling Lindsay is a great one. We haven't been here in a while, so I've like forgotten what's here. Maybe there's like another... Oh, wait. Yes, I do remember this. Okay. We haven't been in the green one in a while, though, so like maybe there's something in the green one that's helpful. I don't know. Maybe we need to put... Oh my gosh, this is hurting my brain. Just doing my best. That's the best. That's all we can do. That is all we can do. And you know what? They say that if parenting is hard, that means you're a good parent because you're trying to do the right things. Wait a minute. A thought occurs. I have an idea. I have no idea if it will work, but I have a thought. And I wouldn't have had the thought unless I went into the green biome. I am curious about something though. I kept reading SMRT, SMAT. Okay. Wait a minute. No. What am I trying to do? Okay, look. So in the green one, oh my gosh, I think I understand. That's right. Just walk away. Just kidding. Break the wrist, walk away, break the wrist. I have an idea. Okay, wait. I'm gonna test something. This is a wild. I mean, she's not wrong.
You want me to go to Walmart now, or do you want me to wait till you're done? Neither of them wants to come with me. So.
That's fine.
All right.
Dad can't control crap around here. Okay, I have an idea. I don't know if this will work, but we're gonna try. I will be so proud of myself if it does, though. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, the music changed. I did get it right. Check it. That little droney is gonna come back in. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just needed to sit on it for a minute. I don't know. Maybe I'm not right. I hope so, because I will be so proud. Come on, little Mothman. Don't let me down. I did it! Oh, yes! Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. Whew, that took me a hot second. Droney McDrone face. Boom! That's right. Yes. Oh, I'm so proud. I just had to sit on it for a second. I did not get the idea until I went into the green biome, and then I saw that they had the same little thing right there. And so originally I thought I was supposed to, if I let these two guys eat the drone, if it would appear if I went into the green biome, but then I suddenly realized, oh, it's got the little, it probably will reappear in whatever biome it gets eaten in. I feel so proud.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. Whew. The anticipation. I mean, thanks, baby. Oh, we need both orbs. Okay. I can do that. 100%, unless something's changed back here. I don't know. I 100% understand what Control Freak was saying. He was like, dude, I had to look some things up because when you've got like biomes going into biomes and like orbs going into, he was like, it was tough. I totally understand now what he meant. It's so, but it's brilliant at the same time though. I love puzzles like these. They're so fun. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it gets so bad. Man. But for now, I'm going to bask in my brain hatching glory. Idea hatching. Scuttle, 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 scuttle. And that door is going to open and it's going to bring down a creepy... Oh, no! I thought it was going to be one of those, like, weird... Like... Oh, where are we going, buddies? They have a place to go. Whoa, this is wild. I think I'm supposed to go here. Oh! Nope. There are switches. Nice. He's like, no, shake it off. Oh, this is so bizarre. See, this gives me semi-scorn vibes too. Because it's very fleshy. Very strange. So strange. It is. It's so satisfying. My biggest gaming achievement, still probably to this day, that came pretty close. That was pretty good. But my biggest gaming achievement, in my opinion, I see a symbol. Oh, those are everywhere. Okay. Is the fact that I did the entire game of Limbo without looking anything up. Those were some of the most challenging puzzles. They really made you think, and I am really proud of myself. I never looked anything up. I almost did. Oh, this is a boss fight. Okay. Millions of switches. Switches for free. Stixel is licking inside a ramekin. Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to ask. Who knows what was in it? Hi, Stixel Puppen. Breathe and focus. And take a swig of courage. Oh. Oh. Okay. What? Oh. It like... Oh my gosh. Whoa. This is breaking my brain. I'm trying to remember what I call it sexy battery water. Tastes like a sexy battery. That's what I heard somebody refer to it as. You do not look like the thing that I saw before. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Who's that Padawan? Oh crap, he got me. Gosh dang it, Padawan. No, I'm just kidding. Whoa. Okay, no, I understand. I understand. I gotta get some. Yeah, it sounds like it tastes like a sexy battery. That's what I've heard. Barbecue water is also accurate. That is also acceptable. This lip balm tastes so gross. It's Aquaphor, like actual lip balm. It's got like the little lip balm applicator. And so I was really excited about it. It has SPF 30. Because we use Aquaphor for everything in this house because Ander has such dry, cracked hands. It's like he basically lives, it's almost like he's living in the Arctic all the time. And so that's what like Arctic fishermen use to help their cracked hands. So we have tubs of Aquaphor all over the house. And so that's what I put on my lips. It's great. Love it. So I saw this little Aquaphor lip balm and I was like, perfect. It fits in my purse. Perfect. Tastes like butt. But I need it. So I know you're not supposed to eat it, but like I put it on my lips and then I talk and then lick my lips and then I'm like, ugh, it's so gross. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Cool. Ah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was a good one. Ooh. Ew. Ugh. Whew. It was close. Yeah, that definitely looks like something from inside or from Scorn, honestly. 3 hits. Boom. Oh, it's open. Ooh, gross. So gross. Oh my gosh, running out of... What is in it? What is that? Oh! Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's insides? We're just like on the... What? Now we're covered in freaking insides. Oh. I don't even know what is happening. Oh my gosh. Oh, I could just touch that. Okay, cool. Oh, there are 3. Okay, that makes sense now. I mean, to a degree, kind of. Ew, it's like sticky. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh. Ah. Ew. Yeah. Oh, man. It didn't hit it, did it? Oh, biscuits. Oh my gosh. What is even happening? Do I have to... Oh. So I have to wait for it to like open up? How do I do that? Yeah, it does. It looks like a big giant tick. Okay, I need to wait for that, I guess. Oh, dang it! Oh, shoot, I could have oh, biscuits. Okay. Wow, this one takes a while. A bloatfly? Ew, gross. The smart aleck in my head says, how do you know what butt tastes like? So it's apparently time to go lock myself away until I can behave. I don't know what butt tastes like. I guess I just think of something, if something is really gross. Yeah, you don't want to run on that sticky stuff. Man, I don't know how close I was. To be fair, I have no idea. What an interesting boss fight. It's really cool, though. I like the mechanics a lot. I could have saved myself, but I didn't. Okay, we're going to do this again. Hey, it's DJ Chaos. How's it going, my friend? Ooh. We are playing the freaking weirdest game, but I'm really enjoying it so far. Oh. Okay. Okay. Man, I got it so far last time. Ooh! This game bugs me. You better believe it. Ew, that one is nasty. That is very scornish. Very. Just lots of fleshy parts. So you don't have to actually teleport on top of it. You just have to touch it. Okay, that's helpful to know. Because I was thinking you had to teleport to it for some reason. Okay. What is it? It's, you know what? It doesn't. Who knows? It's a mystery. Oh, shoot. That's right. That's right. That happens. Okay. Oh! Oh, no! Dang it! I didn't realize they were turning purple. Dang it! Cleveland! Cleveland! Oh, no, your name doesn't have 4 days. Why is the baby gate up? My children are confusing me. Okay. All right. Wow, rude. Cleveland! Lend me your strength, Cleveland. And my axe. You have my bow. And my axe. I wanted to watch Lord of the Rings today, but I did not have the time. And like we discussed yesterday, I can't watch Lord of the Rings with my kids. I can't watch, oh, I thought I was the thing. Okay, I'm sorry. I was not paying attention. I can't watch the beginning of the third Lord of the Rings with my kids around because it's horrifying. When Gollum becomes Gollum? No. It's nightmare fuel. It's pretty bad. Not only is there murder, but then he just it just shows his decline, and oh, it is a bad situation. Yep. Nope. No. Can't watch that while my kids are around. Two Towers. Kind of doable. Auden did not like Gollum. Did not like Gollum at all. I don't blame her. He's not really supposed to. And I remember watching the movie and being like, is he good or is he bad? And my brother was like, you're just going to have to wait and see. Because I hadn't read the books. And in the second one, I was like, man, I legitimately don't know if he's good or bad. I can't tell. I don't know if I pity him or if I don't know. I can't tell. I do kind of pity him. But at the same time, I've had some really close calls. Susie, get it together. Okay. I couldn't tell if I liked him or like I felt bad for him or I didn't feel bad for him, if I wanted him dead or if I couldn't tell. Oh, that's right. This happens. This is normal. Okay. I mean, normal-ish. Oh. Oh. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Saw that coming. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh. Oh my gosh. This boss fight is bananas. Bananas. Oh. Ugh. Okay. Okay, this is where he's going to put the thing on him. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, it was only one more hit. I was so close and it was only one more. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh. He was a good person who's corrupted and deteriorated due to the ring's power, so it's okay to feel pity. I mean, we think he was a good person. We don't really know. He seemed like a good person. But the ring, obviously, well, what's interesting, do you think he ever put it on? Because sometimes I'm like, well, so did he ever he must have put it on, right? But can you imagine all he did all his life? I beg your pardon. Am I supposed to like pop these? What? Okay, that's cool. Wild. Okay. But like all his long life, he just sat and pet it. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Can I not utilize this anymore? He killed someone when he found it. I don't know about good or bad, but definitely 10 pounds of crazy in a 5-pound sack. Dripping wet, right? He was so little. Yeah, he still did horrible things, but I don't think he would have. Was it his brother? Or was it his best friend? I don't remember. What he did to his friend before coming into contact with the ring suggests he wasn't a good person. Wait, is that in the books or is that in the movie? Is there something he did to his best friend before coming in contact with the ring? Or was it only that he was in close proximity to it? He was a weak person. He absolutely was, 100%. Oh. Oh, I think I understand now. Maybe, possibly. I think I'm supposed to like come up here and get this. It's like now traveling between. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna ask any questions. I have no idea. I did pity him, but at the same time, I also, I don't know. It was an interesting character, and I mean, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same thing with like Snape, Severus Snape. You know, it's those kind of gray. I mean, I think Gollum is more a little more darker gray than Severus Snape, but Snape does some really awful things. Like the way he treats Harry and the way he treats Neville, abhorrent. And he can claim all he wants that, you know, he was, oh, do I? Oh, what? That's crazy. Oh my gosh. I love the mechanics in this game. This game is bananas. It's so fun. Wow. So imaginative. Snape is bitter and angry and mean. I know it's hard because like he does something amazing, but at the same time, or not necessarily does some, well, he kind of does because he's the one that, you know, puts the sword in the pond and like all that stuff. But like, man, he's just the way he treats Harry and the way he treats Neville and Hermione and all of it. It's just awful. And so you have these really mixed feelings because you're like, wow, he really loved Harry's mom the whole time. And he was just grieving or whatever. Or he was just spurned, or not spurned really, but he did make some really awful choices. But he also was raised in a really crappy situation. He had crappy parents that were obviously abusive. And so it's hard to be like, oh, well, he should have just been a good adult. Well, but he didn't have examples of good adults. He did later when he went to school, but a lot of the damage is done. I don't know. It's hard. It's really, really hard because obviously he had a crappy upbringing, right? Oh, I think I understand. Now, I'm not excusing his behavior. I'm simply saying it's hard because when you have kids that are raised in those kinds of conditions, they don't think the same. They don't have the same types of examples. And it can be really, really challenging for them to regulate, even more than any other kid. But I'm not saying what he did was okay because it wasn't, but he also had trauma, right? He also shouldn't be an educator. He's there because Dumbledore. That's true. He shouldn't have been a teacher. And the fact that that behavior was going on and Dumbledore didn't do anything to correct it was also problematic because it's like, okay, well, yes, you knew the backstory. So therefore, you should have been able to be like, look, man, like you cannot treat my students that way. I don't care how much you hate somebody. You don't get to treat minors that way. It's just the whole reverting back to his abusive. I mean, I've never experienced abuse like that in my life, but I've seen friends go through it, and I've seen, and it's pretty common that people that experience that at the hands of others when they're younger oftentimes grow up to do that themselves. And so it was just Snape being his parents, regardless of what the situation was, regardless of, ultimately everybody has to face a choice, because like I said, he did have examples of good people when he was in school, when he was in Hogwarts, but he chose to go with the Death Eaters, right? These are the types of characters that are so fun to discuss, though, because they're so interesting. They're so interesting about, you look at characters like Jack Sparrow, like Snape, like Gollum, like Silence from Horizon Zero Dawn / Forbidden West. You get, you have these characters that are very morally gray, and you're like, well, are they good? Are they bad? Whose side are they on? They're on their own side. Gollum's on the ring side. Even though Frodo says we have to destroy it for both our sakes. Oh, I remember when he showed up in the third movie, I was like, dang it. Or like at the very end, I was like, no, of course he would show up right now. Because he hasn't lived that long for nothing. Like he obviously knows how to survive. You can't survive that long out in like the wild and not, you know what I mean? Like, Andrew's grocery shopping, so let me answer this. A lot of stuff happened at Hogwarts. This should have been investigated by like the magic version of police. Yep, I agree. Reminds me of an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where some guy's like, I was getting revenge, or I had a rough life, and the main guy's like, cool motive, still murder. Feels relevant in a lot of aspects, even outside of murder. 100%. Weakness has to be turned into strength, or people eventually just become evil just because it's easier. I 100% agree. When and I've got to sign off because I need to talk to Andrew. Apparently he needs me to call him back, but this is a good time for us to end anyway. But I'm reminded of two stories I heard. One was from a guy that was a drug addict, and he had all these problems, and he'd been in and out of jail all his life, and he had all these crazy things happen to him. And then the other guy was this successful businessman that was like CEO of his own company and was very successful and wealthy and had a family and kids and all this stuff. And when they were sat down and they were interviewed, both of them said, I had an alcoholic dad. And ultimately it just goes to show that like even kids know that that's wrong, but and like Salty said, eventually you have to turn that into strength. There comes a time where you do become aware that that behavior is wrong. Maybe not so much when you're a kid, but like you become aware that whatever it is, whether it's abuse because you watched your dad hit your mom or whatever, at some point that that's wrong. And so you have to make a choice. And you have to make a choice of whether you're going to be your dad or you're not. And it just outlined those two people having two completely different trajectories, but both of them had alcoholic fathers. So I'm not excusing Snape's behavior at all, but trauma always leaves lasting effects, even when the person is an adult, right? I don't mean to hit my mic. When you grow up in that type of environment, it leaves these massive lasting effects on your life, and you fight it almost your whole life because that's what that's what you grew up with. It's really sad, which is why it would be great if every kid could grow up in a safe, well-adjusted household. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And there are plenty of households where that is where kids are not treated well and they're expected to just survive. And people will be like, well, kids are resilient. I'm like, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you can be a jerk of a parent and just be like, my kids are resilient. No, you still need to make good choices, and you still need to treat your kids with respect and not just expect them to just get over it because kids are resilient. That's not fair. Oh, and this is like, this opens a whole can of worms that I don't have time to go into right now. And it kind of goes back to the whole, well, I suffered, so other people can suffer through it too. No, we should be trying to change those behaviors and when we see those behaviors or seeing a need and helping, because nobody deserves to go through that at all. And I'm reading a book right now that is all about this. But like I said, this is a huge can of worms that I'm passionate about because I've watched it in my own friends. I've watched it in my own, not my family per se, but I've seen it in my own life. or like in my life through like the eyes of my friends or, you know, whatever, read news articles, seen videos and things like that, read books, listened to TED Talks, listened to psychology podcasts, things like that. Obviously, trauma affects you, even like when you experience it as a kid, it affects you as an adult, obviously. And it just, it makes me so angry that children are put in that position, because ultimately the adults should make that choice and should know better. But sometimes it's just easier, you know, or there are other things at work, you know, when you get into like poverty and when you get into, you know, these cycles go through over and over and over again, right? You've got a kid that was traumatized as a kid that grows up traumatized, and then they grow up into an adult and they don't know how to emotionally regulate because they were never taught how to emotionally regulate. And so then they go off and have kids, and then they don't know how to be parents either. And so they become their same parents because nobody ever taught them otherwise. And so the cycle just continues and continues and continues. And it's, like I said, I'm reading a book that has a lot to do with this right now. And it's a memoir, and it's very eye-opening. And I just cannot believe that there are families like this, but there are. And so you see a need, you fill the need. You help people, you see something, you say something, because chances are you're probably right. You know what I mean? Even a worm will turn, aka even the most docile, harmless creature has a breaking point. Yeah, and I don't mean to get heavy at the end of this stream. I'm so sorry. This has been like such a positive stream. This can absolutely be something we could have a roundtable discussion about or whatever. If you guys want to, discussing morally gray characters, it doesn't have to be only video games. It can be book characters and stuff, because obviously there's a lot to unpack. But the takeaway from all of this, since I have to call my husband back and I got to sign off anyway, hard to know when the kids were in actual danger with all the magical medicine. I know Hogwarts, there are a lot of plot holes, and there are a lot of things where you're like, okay, but why did this work? But ultimately, I think my biggest takeaway from this is that we should treat each other with kindness and compassion. And that includes little kids, because they don't have control over their world. And because it's our job to teach our children and the children around us, even our kids' friends and whatnot, how to be functioning people. And if we don't do that, they're not just going to learn it on their own. And so people need help. Sometimes moms need help. Sometimes dads need help. And I understand overstepping your boundaries can be a worry. I totally get that. I'm not talking about like being like, well, you're not doing this right, and you'd probably do better if your kid would blah, blah, blah. Maybe you should put your kid to bed at a regular time instead of just letting them stay. That's kind of overparenting. But helping somebody out in a grocery store, taking somebody's cart back while they're buckling their kid in a car seat, things like that. Like, those are big helpful things to parents that I don't know if people really realize. It takes a little bit off of your massive, massive plate that's so full of things. But not even people with kids, just people in general, because once again, we know people around us are struggling. And so this whole conversation just kind of circles back to just be kind, because you never know what somebody is dealing with at home, and you never know if your kindness is the only kindness they've received that day or even that week. And that goes for kids and adults. So there's no background music. It's like totally silent. Anyway, I love each one of you, and I really hope none of you are in that situation. If any of you are in a situation like that, where you're in a household where you don't feel safe or whatever, I hope you can find the help that you need, because nobody deserves to feel unsafe at home, whether you're a kid or you're an adult. So you are worth it, and you matter, and you are worth so much more than being treated and put down by other people, whether they tell you they love you or not. You are worth so much more than being put down like that. So there are plenty of resources online. There are plenty of resources for, you know, stuff like that, but just know that you matter. And even if you don't have a situation where you don't feel safe at home or whatever, you still matter. You all matter. You matter to me. We made some serious progress today, and I overcame one of the craziest puzzles yet. And I am so proud of myself. I will go to bed beaming tonight at my amazing puzzle skills. Yeah, it's not so much that it's heavy, but it's very real. And it's just, I mean, it's a real thing, and it sucks that it's a real thing. I don't wish it on anybody, any child, any teenager, any adult. I don't wish that on anybody, because I know the lasting effects. But anyway, so with that being said, I'm going to call my husband back. I'll be back tomorrow, and we will do more puzzle bug action. And I hope everybody stays safe and warm. And just remember that I love you guys. And I will see all of you guys next time, okay? Okay, bye.